Spend your money on the things money can buy. Spend your time on the things money can't buy. The most painful thing is losing yourself in the process of loving someone too much. A person learns how to love himself through the simple acts of loving and being loved by someone else. Never let fear and stupid pride make you lose someone who's precious to you. We convince ourselves that we know the other person well, but do we really know anything important about anyone? Time flows in a strange way on Sundays, and sights become mysteriously distorted. What a terrible thing it is to wound someone you really care for, and to do it so unconsciously. You can hide memories, but you can't erase the history that produced them. No matter how honestly you open up to someone, there are still things you cannot reveal. When you fall in love, the natural thing to do is give yourself to it. That's what I think. It's just a form of sincerity. Whatever it is you're seeking won't come in the form you're expecting. The most important thing we learn at school is the fact that the most important things can't be learned at school. People with dark souls have nothing but dark dreams. People with really dark souls do nothing but dream. Memories warm you up from the inside, but they also tear you apart. Words don't come out when you're hurt that deeply. As long as there's such a thing as time, everybody's damaged in the end, changed into something else. It always happens, sooner or later, but even if that happens, you've got to have a place you can retrace your steps to. What happens when people open their hearts? They get better. Memories and thoughts age, just as people do, but certain thoughts can never age, and certain memories can never fade. In this world, there are things you can only do alone, and things you can only do with somebody else. It's important to combine the two in just the right amount. And you'll return to real life. You need to live it to the fullest. No matter how shallow and dull things might get, this life is worth living. I guarantee it. Another person's life is that person's life. You can't take responsibility. What seems like a reasonable distance to one person may feel too far to somebody else. We cannot simply sit and stare at our wounds forever. We must stand up and move on to the next action. You can keep as quiet as you like, but one of these days somebody is going to find you. You can't use that strength as a protective wall around you. There's always going to be something stronger that can overcome your fortress, at least in principle. Strength itself becomes your morality. Nobody can predict where talent's headed. Sometimes it simply vanishes. Other times, it sinks down under the earth like an underground stream, and flows off who knows where. Asking a question is embarrassing for a moment, but not asking is embarrassing for a lifetime. If someone wants to humiliate you, then you're on the right track. No matter how far you travel, you can never get away from yourself. It's like your shadow, it follows you everywhere. Money isn't like mushrooms in a forest, it doesn't just pop up on its own, you know. It's all a question of imagination. Our responsibility begins with the power to imagine.